All right, so do you have any kind of starts of the week that you would maybe 4 or 5 guys that you would just really say, okay, these are some guys that if you have them on your team, you need to be starting them?
Ryan Matthews. I'll start right there.
Okay.
And the reason I throw him out there is I think people are souring on the Eagles running back situation, and it's understandable. It's crowded. They had, rookie Wendell Smallwood a couple weeks ago get real involved. Then he wasn't involved coming out of their bye. Darren Sproles, the veteran, he's still going to be, maybe seeing even a 50-50 split as much time as Matthews. But Matthews is getting those runs. They play the Redskins this week. The Redskins are awful against fantasy running backs. I believe they come in at 29th against that position fantasy-wise. Ryan Matthews is going to get enough run, even if it's just 14 to 15 touches. He's a guy I'm definitely starting in a standard league, especially. Another one I mentioned, Jamal Charles. If you're worried about him, the Chiefs are coming out of the bye. This is the week he's going to take back off. I don't know if he can quite reach elite status as he was in past years, but Jamal Charles is definitely a guy, another running back to get involved. And in that same ilk, Jimmy Graham, people were waiting to see it from him out in Seattle. I'm here in Atlanta. I'm a Falcons fan. I don't want to see it, but my Falcons they don't defend the tight end very well. Jimmy Graham is a definite play if you're still not quite a believer in him. And I would say a wide receiver from the Texans, it's not DeAndre Hopkins. He's going to get his targets, but it's Will Fuller. Monitor his health status this week, but Fuller disappeared against the Vikings. Well, guess what? Most offensive players disappear against that defense, which I think is pound for pound the best in the NFL right now. Mm-hmm. Will Fuller, it only takes one play with that kid out of Notre Dame. He can win you a week on 1 or 2 plays. That would be a group of guys. And at quarterback, just throw one out there. How about Brian Hoyer or Marcus Mariota? Their floors are high this week. Their ceilings are way up there. And if you're looking for a quarterback to plug and play, Hoyer or Mariota is not a bad way to go.
What's your reasoning for Marcus Mariota?
They're playing the Browns, Zach. That's why it's his reason.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you have another reason, I'm a disgruntled Browns fan, so I knew your reason because I've seen quarterbacks go against the Browns. But if you have more to add to that, please do. But I'm pretty sure that's why you said that.
That's the reason.
We're a laughingstock all over the country, folks. No, but on the other side, okay, here's a question. And because even bad teams have good players, especially on the fantasy level, someone like Terrell Pryor for the Browns. Like, if there's anybody I think you should have on the Browns from your team, it would be him because he gets you points in so many different categories. Even, what would be your advice to somebody with a player like him where you're on a horrible, horrible team, but you pretty much do something of everything and you might even kick a field goal at some point? Maybe not that.
Maybe he'll get some sacks too.
Who knows? He can do whatever. But what would you? Because I have him, and I'm kind of stashing him on my bench right now. But I feel like at some point he can get you a lot of little points that add up. Am I?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. In a 3 wide receiver league, especially if you have a flex spot, to me, he's a hold. I'm telling people in different types of leagues, hold on to Terrell Pryor, as you said. The Browns. You're very in touch with that situation up there. He might be the one playmaker. Crowell's got some ability. Duke Johnson's kind of disappeared. He's just
I don't know where.
Pryor he's getting it done. This guy's physically dominant. He's got all kinds of athletic tools. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting. I'm hoping if you can go out and acquire him, maybe somebody in your league is looking to trade him off. I would, because I'm counting down to when Josh McCown gets back for the Browns.
Yeah.
That's when Pryor could be a wide receiver, too. He could be a top 30 at the position this season.
Interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense. And I have him stashed on my bench because I really don't need him. Maybe I do this week. I don't know. Is Julian Edelman really questionable, or is that just a pretend fantasy thing?
I feel like he's always questionable.
Yeah, Bill Belichick just puts a questionable tag on every player.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better going into my lineup. But all right.
All right, Nate, do you have any kind of maybe some